Okay, I'm trying to figure this out now. Let's see. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Uh oh. Hi there.
When we first met,
I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's doing well. So I'm trying something new so it just won't be um, a blank space here for you guys. But the first thing I wanted to do was to set the energy, just to set the environment to be something of, nice and laid back and chilled on this Sunday afternoon. It's such a beautiful day. I hope it's a beautiful day for you all. Welcome to Chemistry's Consciousness channel. It's my pleasure to be here with you guys. Welcome in. I want to say thank you to those who are logging in that's been here for a while, and welcome to the newbies that are just now dropping in. So glad to have you here. So I'm not going to hold you guys long. Today's message that I received is it's a process, right? It's a process. So we're in a new phase of living where we're letting everything go that no longer serves us. We're consciously saying we're done with that. That's in the old world. We leave it behind, and now we're ready to create something new, something based off of things that we based off of things that we know that we have a calling to do, right? So this channel, for anybody who happens to come in or who happens to come often, this channel is about evolving our souls, our minds, and our lives and our bloodlines. We looking long term here. We're not just jumping into um, say hey and keep it moving, or just to build the number of subscribers. The channel here is to help you grow, help you prosper as your soul prospers. And this is the world that we're moving into, a more of a spiritual aligned humanity. And so we're so grateful for that. So it's a process. Now, the last video that I shared, I spoke about, for lack of a better word, the fuckery, right? You know, of how people have been able to get us to turn the tables around on ourselves based on the negative seeds that they planted when we were young. This is a long-term game. This is nothing that just recently popped up. It's just that most of us were in a sleep state, so we weren't aware of what was going on behind the veil. But now we have been awakened to what the truth is. We've been awakened to how people have been able to plant seeds in our lives that will actually come up as tares within our wheat. And the wheat are the things that we sow into to our lives that we plan on receiving harvest from. But while we were sleeping, somebody snuck in and sowed tares so that it could choke out our wheat, right? Now, these are some of the things that the Bible teaches about. So I'm going to bring them up because that's my foundation. That's where I'm coming from. But I'm going to share them with you in a little bit of a different way, because now we know that the people that sowed the tares into our garden, which is our heart, which is where everything comes from, they sow these things in our heart when we're young so that we can reseed them over and over and over again. But now we understand that these things were sown into our heart. It's not on us that they chose to do this, right? These were the deeds that they decided to do. This was a part of what they chose to do, right? To sow evil seeds into someone else's heart so that, okay, y'all, I'm still here. Sow evil seeds into someone else's heart so that they can continually miscreate. Because for whatever reason, the people around you chose or decided that they didn't want you to have a good life, or they decided that they didn't like you. These are the people around you. These are the people that we choose to have in our lives. We're not talking about enemies here. We're talking about people who choose to be in our lives, right? So when they sowed these seeds, we were asleep. Now, since the last video I shared with you, the spirit man and the spirit woman, we're coming alive. We're waking up now. Now we're looking at the situation that we find ourselves in. Okay, I look at my life and I see I've been miscreating. Now I need to pull up those old seeds. Although it wasn't my fault, but it's my responsibility to clean that shit up, whether I like it or not. Okay? And it's your responsibility too. Somebody's got to do it, right? Right now is no better time than the present. So now we pulled up those seeds. Now it's time to reseed our heart. Reseed it. Reseed it with what we want. You know, the first thing, I want to back up a little bit. We want to write down those negative seeds that we realize that were planted in our heart, whether it's a poverty mindset, whether it's lack mindset, whether it's a negative viewpoint of life, whether it is someone just harboring bitterness or unforgiveness, or anything that does not reflect who you want to be in this new age. Write it down on a piece of paper, whether it's jealousy, envy, bitterness, fear, whatever it is that is in your heart. This is where we have to be truly open and honest with ourselves about what is hiding in our hearts. Because in actuality, nothing is hiding in your heart. You might be hiding it from yourself, but now let's deal with it. Let's write it all on a piece of paper as much as you possibly can. Write about 21 items that you just want to let go of, okay? So that's the first thing. Now we're going to start planting new seeds in our life. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want in our lives? You know, focusing on early morning, getting up and praying for the things not only that we want, but for the things that we want to tear down. You know, we want to tear down strongholds that keep our minds stuck. We want to tear down things that we can't see that keep us stuck. We want to tear down words that come out of our mouths that don't line up with what we're believing for, and be consciously aware of what we're speaking about ourselves, and really recognizing where we are in our heart space. You know, catching those things that we don't like and making a mental note in how we're going to change those things. So this is reseeding our heart. This is reseeding how the harvest will come up in our lives. And today is the best day to do this. Today is the best day, because what better time is it than the present, right? Right. So I'm at 11 minutes, just a moment. So we want to focus on, and these are the things we want to focus on, reseeding our ground. And whichever one resonates with you the most, or whatever you come up with. But here's some ideas: prayers, affirmations, meditations, burning your candles, visualization, things of that nature, where you want to focus on what it is you want and create from this space. Right? Now, this is something that I learned this week, and I want to give thanks to someone very special about compassion. Recognizing and releasing people from your past that didn't line up with who you thought they were or who you wanted them to be. The most important thing is that all things work together. We need the dark aspects of life to help us move forward. So understanding that the yin and the yang is necessary in order to bring about the things that we desire. Although we don't want to necessarily be in situations where we have to deal with darkness, that's just a part of life. So really forgiving those folks that did things that we don't particularly care for, but in actuality we needed them. So I know there's a quote that says, and I've said this a time and time again, and I haven't looked up that quote yet, but I will, that your enemies help you more than your friends. And so recognizing that the enemy's tactics to get us off track is just what we needed to move forward. And in that, have compassion for people when they have done things that are low vibratory, right? Have compassion for them, because this is the beautiful thing. The people that have done so, just really having compassion for folks who have done things in darkness that we don't really care for, okay? And forgiving them. That's the most beautiful part. Now, the next step is to decide what you want. What exactly is it you want? What do you want? What will make your heart sing? And come from a space of, what will make my heart sing? You know, there's so many other things that I want to share, but I don't want to overload you. I just wanted to give you some things to help you align your life with the beautiful part of life. Now that we've experienced the challenging part of life, now it's time to create from a place of knowing better, instead of being in a situation where we didn't have a lot of choices, but we did what we had to do in order to get to where we are now, and that's to create a beautiful life. Guys, I always tell you, I wish you so much happiness. I wish you all the love that you desire. I wish for you all the success that you can muster. And I look forward to chatting with you guys until the next time. Namaste.